To a lot of people, the most important part of a video game is the viewpoint that you have while playing. It puts the role-playing in a role-playing game, of course, though not every game is a role-playing game. Embodying a character could be a powerful narrative device, and it's one that I personally have a lot of respect for when it's done right. It's not often done in a way that's personally compelling to me, but every once in a while a game does it right for me. Dragon Quest V Hand of the Heavenly Bride comes to mind here. You spend the entire game following the main character's life from his birth, and that inherently creates a pretty strong bond. Coupled with the fact that you get to choose a lot of what you do in the game, from who you marry to where you go on your honeymoon, it becomes a very personal game. The way the game takes your wife away from you will always devastate me. You spend such a great amount of time just interacting with her, and then the game takes her from you and you can't save her for a very long time. It's really beautiful and really underrated experience, even all these years later. However, a disconnect that I feel with the Dragon Quest V hero is that he's not really relatable to me in terms of appearance, though that's not a super huge deal breaker. The option to at least play as a girl would have been nice though, you know? It would have driven that personal connection home a bit harder for me. It's not really a problem though, it's still a masterpiece. Many games allow you to choose your gender, albeit from limited binary options, right at the start. Pretty much every RPG does, from Pokemon to Fallout. Elden Ring actually skips gendered options altogether, which is pretty cool. I heavily appreciate its focus on presentation instead of meaningless gendering of things. That's not the only way that games attempt to sidestep this disconnect though, for better or for worse. The Legend of Zelda series was born out of Miyamoto's own desire to recreate his childhood experiences of exploring the wilderness around his home. This of course would lead to a need for the player to connect with the main characters, so they could truly feel the natural exploration that he wanted to portray. That's the entire reason why that main character is even named Link in the first place. He's the link between the player and the game, and all the exploration that follows is an extension of that. It's no wonder then that players have been interpreting Link as genders other than male for years and years at this point. An early magazine from around the release of the first Zelda game depicts Link as female. Even then, Link was somewhat androgynous. Players have always projected their gender expression onto Link in cute and interesting ways. It's no wonder he's one of the most popular characters to do Rule 63 art of, after all. Eiji Aonuma, the current series director and the guy who's been the creative lead on every main series game since Ocarina of Time, comes out of the woodwork basically every time a new Zelda game comes out to reiterate one simple thing. Link is intentionally designed this way. He always talked about Link is supposed to relate to anybody, that he's supposed to look like he could be anyone, and that's why his presentation is so fluid. I remember the pre-release footage for Breath of the Wild had people speculating if Link was a girl now. That's how prevalent an idea this is in the design of the character, that Link's androgyny genuinely had people believing that Link's gender had changed. I mean, there was also the time Link was literally a girl, but Hyrule Warriors is an interesting game, and not really related. Link is meant to relate to everyone, regardless of gender. So his designs are often feminine. From Ocarina of Time's earrings to Breath of the Wild's Gerudo outfit, Link can present himself in any way. For Nintendo, it's really interesting and refreshing how queer Link is. He's quick to wear gender non-conforming clothes and has a rather androgynous design. A lot of their other queer characters, like Birdo, are reduced to just jokes, but not Link. It's a really fascinating distinction about him that sets him apart from the average silent protagonist, and it's one of the greatest things about Zelda as a series. Main characters in games are designed as viewpoints for the player in a lot of ways, someone for them to project onto. Sometimes it works really well, to the point that it can even surpass gender. Link is a great example of that, especially because he's designed to be one with any gender. It's something really notable in Nintendo's retinue of games, and it's definitely something I appreciate. This has been Arcade Everlasting, who will continue to advertise Dragon Quest V until the day I die, signing off. Thank you for watching.